Carla Suárez Navarro is a Spanish tennis player. She began playing for Spain in the 2008 Fed Cup.On February 29, 2016. She reached her career high ranking of World No.6. Suárez Navarro first came to prominence by reaching the quarterfinals of the 2008 French Open as a qualifier, in what was her first appearance in the main draw of a Grand Slam tournament and only her third appearance in the main draw of a WTA Tour tournament. She also reached the quarterfinals of the 2009 Australian Open, defeating Venus Williams en route to the 2013 US Open, where she lost to eventual champion Serena Williams, the 2014 French Open, where she lost in 3 sets to Eugenie Bouchard, and the quarter-finals of the 2016 Australian Open, where she lost to Agnieszka Radwanska. Early in personal life, Suárez Navarro was born in Las Palmas to a handball player, José Luis, and a former gymnast, Lali. She started playing tennis when she was 9 and moved to Barcelona in 2007 in order to train at the Pro-Ab Team Tennis Academy. She admires Steffi Graf, Leighton Hewitt, Justine Henin and Michael Jordan. Career 2008-2009 at the French Open, Suárez Navarro reached the quarterfinals of her first Grand Slam main draw tournament. After she won 3 qualifying matches, she defeated former World No.1 Amélie Mauresmo of France in the second round 6-3, 6-4, Australian Casey Dellacqua in the third round, and 26th-seeded Italian Flavia Pennetta in the fourth round 6-3, 6-2. Suárez Navarro then lost to third-seeded Jelena Jankovic in the quarterfinals 6-3, 6-2. At Wimbledon, Suárez Navarro lost to second-seeded Jankovic in the second round 6-1, 6-3. Suárez Navarro reached the second Grand Slam quarter-final of her career at the 2009 Australian Open before being defeated by Elena de Montieva 6-2, 6-2. She upset Venus Williams in the second round 2-6, 6-3, 7-5. This was her first win over a top 10 player. In March, Suárez Navarro reached her first final on the WTA Tour at the Andalusia Tennis Experience, a clay court event in Marbella, Spain. She lost to Jelena Jankovic in the final 6-3, 3-6, 6-3. At Roland Garros seeded 22, she defeated Adina Galovic 6-1, 6-4 and Lucy Radecka 6-2, 6-4, before losing to Victoria Azarenka in the third round 7-5, 5-7, 2-6. At Wimbledon, Suárez Navarro defeated number 25 Kaia Kanepi in the first round and Katerina Makarova in the second round. She faced defending champion Venus Williams for the first time since the 2009 Australian Open but was unable to repeat the upset win, losing 0-6, 4-6. Suárez Navarro had a good start to 2010, making the second round of the 2010 ASB Classic in Auckland before losing to top seed Flavia Pennetta in straight sets. She then made the quarter-final of the 2010 Morilla Hobart International before losing to No. 2 seed Shahar Peer 6-4, 6-7, 5-7. At the 2010 Australian Open, Suárez Navarro made it to the third round before losing to top seed, the defending champion Serena Williams, 0-6, 3-6. She was upset in the first round of the 2010 Copa BBVA Colsonitas by World No.1 198. Cristina Antonia Chuck 1-6, 4-6, then made it to the semi-finals of the 2010 Abierto Mexicano Telcel in Acapulco before losing to Polona Hercog 3-6, 5-7. Unseeded at the 2010 BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells, California, Suárez Navarro reached the fourth round, losing to Eliza Klebanova 6-2, 6-7, 4-6. Along the way, she gained one of the biggest wins of her career by defeating World No.6 and top seeds Svetlana Kuznetsova 6-4, 4-6, 6-1 in the second round. She reached the final of the Ana Lucia Tennis Experience in Marbella for the second year in a row, losing to Flavia Pennetta 2-6, 6-4, 3-6. Suárez Navarro suffered an ankle injury at the tournament in Fez, Morocco. She returned to play in the 2010 French Open, losing her first round match to Olga Gavurtsova 6-7, 1-6. She remained sidelined until the 2010 US Open. Carla began the season at the 2011 ASB Classic in Auckland. As the ninth seed, she was upset in round 2 by Heather Watson. She also lost early in Hobart to Alberta Brianti. Going into the Australian Open, she defeated American Christina McHale by 4-6, 6-3, 6-4, but lost to eventual titlist Kim Clijsters of Belgium in the following round. Next, she represented Spain at the Fed Cup against Estonia in Tallinn, where she had a 1-1 record, getting past Anett Kontaviot but falling to Kaia Kanepi. Then, Suárez followed an early loss in Paris with a semi-final and a quarter-final in Bogotá and Acapulco, respectively. An elbow injury caused her to stop playing for 2.5 months and withdraw from Roland Garros. She returned to the competition at the 2011 Open GDF Suez de Marseille, where she beat Sun Shengyin and Alexandra Wozniak to make the quarter-finals, but was beaten by home crowd favorite Pauline Parmentier. She failed to qualify for Wimbledon, losing to Ekaterina Ivanova in round 2. In early September, Suárez reached round 4 of the US Open for the first time, defeating Matilda Johansson, Simona Halep and compatriot Silvia Soler Espinosa. However, her run was ended by Andrea Petkovic. Carla Suárez Navarro was impressive in the 2012 French Open, reaching the third round. In the first round, Suárez Navarro comfortably beat Tamarine Tanashugan 6-0, 6-2. In the second round she faced Cezil Karatancheva of Kazakhstan, and beat her 4-6, 6-4, 6-1. In the third round she lost to Yaroslava Shvedova, also from Kazakhstan, 6-4, 7-5, who had just returned from an injury. At Wimbledon 2012, Carla Suárez Navarro only made it to the first round, but it was against fifth seed Samantha Stosur of Australia. She was well beaten, losing 6-1, 6-3. At Italiacom Open, she reached the quarter-finals, losing to Laura Robson 4-6, 6-2, 3-6. In the London 2012 Olympics, she beat Samantha Stosur in a thrilling first-round match, 3-6, 7-5, 10-8, avenging her first-round defeat to the Australian at Wimbledon the previous month. 2015 Top 10 WTA ranking. At the 2015 Australian Open she lost in the first round to Karina Wittoft in straight sets. At the 2015 BNP Paribas Open she reached the quarterfinals before losing to Simona Halep in 3 sets. Her good form on the American hard courts continued with a run to her first Premier Mandatory final at the 2015 Miami Open. She defeated defeated Agnieszka Radwanska, Venus Williams and Andrea Petkovic before losing 2-6, 0-6 in the final to Serena Williams. Despite this defeat, she entered the top 10 of the world rankings for the first time in her career. Another good run at the 2015 Mutua Madrid Open resulted in a quarter-final defeat to Williams, again in straight sets. In Rome at the 2015 Internazionale BNL d'Italia, she reached her first final at Premier 5 level. She recorded 3 victories over top 10 players at the same event for the first time, with victories over Eugenie Bouchard, Petra Kvitova and Simona Halep before losing to Maria Sharapova in 3 sets. At the 2015 French Open she was seeded 8. She lost to Jelena Ostapenko in the first round of Wimbledon that year, and her results for the rest of the year were inauspicious apart from reaching the quarter-finals in Moscow in October and a crushing 6-0, 6-0 victory over an injured Andrea Petkovic at Zhuhai in November. Carla ended the year ranked 13th. 2016 biggest WTA title. Carla made a good start to the year. She reached the semi-finals at Brisbane, losing to Angelique Kerber, and the quarter-finals of the Australian Open, losing to Agnieszka Radwanska. As a result, she moved back up to world number 8 on February 1. She then defeated Jelena Jankovic in Spain's Fed Cup tie against Serbia. At the Dubai Tennis Championships, she received a first-round bye but fell to eventual semi-finalist Caroline Garcia. Her next tournament was the Qatar Open, where she also received a first-round bye and defeated Donna Vekic, Time Baksinski, Elena Vesnina and Agnieszka Radwanska en route to the final, ensuring a new career-high ranking of world number 6. She then avenged her first-round loss to Jelena Ostapenko in the previous year's Wimbledon, with a 3-set win over Ostapenko, earning her first Premier title and her biggest title to date. Playing style. Suárez Navarro uses a single-handed backhand, unlike most female players of her era. She has said in interviews that her favorite shot is her cross-court backhand and that her favorite surfaces are clay and hard. Drew McMillan has said, "There's something of Justine Henin about her game. She has a great variety of shots, apparel and equipment." Suárez Navarro wears Lotto clothing and uses the Wilson 6-1 racket made by Wilson. Significant finals. Year-end championships finals. Doubles. 1 WTA Premier Mandatory and AMP Premier 5 finals. Singles. 3 doubles. 4 WTA Career finals. Singles. 10 doubles. 9 singles performance timeline. Grand Slam doubles performance timeline. Record against top 10 players. Navarro's match record against players who have been ranked in the top 10, with those who have been no. 1 in boldface.